All right, welcome back. We're on lesson 1 of our new unit. Our new unit is on decimals. So we're multiplying decimals by whole numbers. Okay, so I have 1 and 23 hundredths. Okay, so remembering that anything on this side is going to have that named after it. Okay, so on that side of the decimal. Now, if I was going to represent this visually, I have a hundreds chart here. That is going to represent the one whole, just like it would as a fraction. Okay, and this part after, okay, so the is going to be represented like this as well. So the 2 is tenths and the 3 is hundredths, right? So I'm going to have 23 out of those 100 blocks colored in, which is what I have there. All right, now what if I want to take 123 and I'm going to multiply that by 2? So I have now a second hundreds block completely full, and then I'm going to add in those other blocks, another 23. So there's a full row there. If you look here, there's another full row, and there's the 23. Okay, so if I was going to answer this, this would be 2 and 46 hundredths. So just reminding ourselves, there's the decimal. When we move this way, I have the ones, tens, hundreds, and I could keep going, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, right? To the right of the decimal, I do not have a ones place. That does not exist. We have the tenths place, and we have the hundredths place. If I was going to continue, you'll notice that the trend of having these 3 there, right? So this would be 1,000 thousandths house, right? So this would be 1, 10, and 100 thousandths. So meaning if I had numbers here, the 4 would be in the 1,000ths place, the 6 would be in the 10,000ths place, and the 9 would be in the 100,000ths place. Okay, but notice that this is just a repeat here with the name of the house you say after. All right. Now, if I was going to expand my number, okay, so I have how many ones? I have 4 ones. I have 1 tenths with tenths, and I have 2 hundredths. Now, if I'm going to multiply, if I'm going to multiply this, I can go 2 times 2, that's 4 hundredths. 2 times 1 is 2 tenths. And 2 times 4 is 8 ones. All right, so what I did there is all I do is multiply 1 at a time. And I can do this in my mind. So 4 times 1 hundredths is 4 hundredths. 4 times 0 tenths is 0. And then 4 times the ones, the 2 ones is 8. All right, so moving along, I want you to think about when you're doing this. I want you to think about what is similar and what is different between these two numbers, or these two ways of multiplying, okay? And I want you to just do this right now, so pause, please. All right, so again, I'm just going to do them one at a time. So I have 6 here, I have 12 here, and I have 12 here. So I have 6 hundredths, 12 tenths, and 12 ones. Okay, and just like back here, and when we're looking at the place value chart, I'm only having one number in each place value. So that only goes up to 9, and then as soon as I hit 10 in this spot, the 1 would be regrouped into the next group, into the larger group. So that's what we're going to do here. Same as here. Okay, so I have 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 4 is 12. So this is the same process. So I still have 6 hundredths. I have 6 ones down here. Here, I'm going to have a 12, so the 12 gets regrouped to the ones place, so the 10 there gets regrouped. So this would be 13, and this would be 2. So I would have 13. And then the decimal goes here because the decimal goes between the 1 and the tenths. So, and then I would have 26 hundredths. You always name the last house. All right, here, same thing, regroup. I have 13 hundredths and 2 tens. And this number would be 1,326. So the similarities are the regrouping is still going to be exactly the same. You are just carrying that over into the next group. But this one would have the decimal place that we need to think about. So can we use this standard algorithm for multiplying a 3-digit number, okay, by a 1-digit number? Absolutely. The problem is that we need to make sure that we're keeping track of where that decimal point goes. So only the place value of the digits changes, right? And the decimal is going to remain the same. So the key to multiplying decimals then is to pretend the decimal point isn't there at all, and then you add it back in the end, because that's the tricky part of deciding where to put it in the end. Okay. So if I have 3 times 442, we're going to do this as normal. And then I'm going to explain how to put the decimal point in. So just pause and do this as normal. Right? So same. All right, so now you need to know where to put the decimal point. Will the answer be closer? So if I look here, is the answer going to be closer to 1 or 13 or 132 or 1,326? So how many ones are in 4 and 42 hundredths? And then how many ones are in 3? Right, so there's 4 here and there's 3 here, but about how many ones should be in the answer of 4 times 3? So that should be about 12. Okay, so I know my decimal point needs to go here.